This video is called Collectors Unite because I am a collector and I like to talk to other collectors, especially the cool stuff that I collect, which is everything. But there is non-collectors out there in this world that don't understand a collector. Some people say they collect stuff and they might be just a little bit here and there, not so hardcore as some other collectors are. I told JT of the Dead yesterday, texting him, I always mention that brother. Give him, I'll put the link at the bottom. Go on his channel and give him a sub and like it. He collects. Sometimes he's a slow collector is what I like to call him. But, you know, everybody got bills and stuff, you know. And he's got youngins still living at the house. I understand it. But sometimes he gets on a kick. And right now, I got him on Whatnot. And he's been buying some games. But talk to non-collectors that really don't understand, especially a grown man that's almost 50 years old that collects toys, old retro video games. I'm not the only one. There's plenty more out there in this world that does it. So I don't care at this time. At this point in time in my life, I don't care anymore. I just tell them, hey, look, I like cool shit. I can't help it. I like retro stuff. I buy some new things. You know, when I get to work, and first place that I usually go when I hit the floor, I work at Old Wally World. I always usually try to go by the toy section. Even though our toy section kind of sucks at my Walmart, I still go by because sometimes I see some cool stuff there. And then I hit the video games and all that other cool stuff. Oh man, ain't nothing like an A&W root beer. I get on kicks. Most collectors collect one thing. Either they collect video games, they collect toys. I'm in like 50 some groups on Facebook. Because I like so much and I collect so much different things. It's crazy. There's so many groups out there that other adults are collecting stuff. You know, I always still have my love for movies and stuff. It slows down at times, and then I buy some other things. Right now, I'm into the video game kick, retro stuff. Christmas coming up, you know, and getting some stuff for the grandbabies, and I got to get ready to get Rhonda a new ring. You know how that goes, so that's a little damper in my pocket. But I'll be getting some stuff later on, you know. I told her to get me a Switch. But I get along with most of my coworkers that are younger, in their 20s, and maybe early 30s, because, you know, some of them guys, you know, they're into video games and stuff like that. I'm trying not to burp, but that A&W root deer beer is a root deer, root deer, root beer kind of in a can, buddy. It makes you burp every once in a while. But I talk to them guys a lot about different things. When I'm at work, this is how much of a hardcore collector I am. If I'm not talking to them guys about stuff while I'm working, I'm thinking about it. You know, thinking about the toys or thinking about stuff that's on Whatnot because I've been on there a lot. I'm already following 27 people on there. Thinking about video games, stuff like that. It helps pass the time by. You know, I get in nerd mode. Rhonda wants to call it, you know, nerd mode, because when I get new stuff, she knows how excited I get. And I just picked up some Super Nintendo games and Nintendo games from my buddy E that I used to work with. And I came home and she's like, what'd you get? Where'd you go? Because I had supposed to go in. I went out and mailed the package out. And I was supposed to pick up some breakfast, which I did pick up. And I stopped by his work and swooped them games up. I'm not going to show them right now. I'll show them in another video coming up soon with another video game update. But I don't even have a damn Nintendo or Super Nintendo to play them on right now. But it was such a good deal, I had to go ahead and get them. And still thinking about that Retron 5 down the road. But anyway. Yeah, so you know, she's like, I like a kid at Christmas time when I get stuff and I open the bag up and stuff. Some people might think that's weird. non-collector people, you know, when I was younger, I didn't really get this bug until my daughter was born. When I was like 23, I think. And episode episode 1 came out in 99. So it was a few years later when episode 2 came out, a Star Wars movie. That's when I started getting back into Star Wars figures. And it led from there, which I already had some movies and stuff, but I wasn't like really getting into it hardcore, buying movies and stuff. Every once in a while I pick up a DVD or something, or had a VHS or something like that. But I didn't really have like a whole freaking room full of stuff. I didn't have room at all because I was already having a kid. And it gave me an excuse to get back into the toy aisle. That's what I say. Collectors unite. Stick your fist up to the screen. That's what I don't know. It's funny at times because I do collect so much stuff. And here soon I'll be getting into freaking vinyl. Yeah. I got tapes, CDs. One of these days, somebody's going to have a lot of shit left over or left to open up their own freaking store after I pass away and leave this world. Maybe my son or Rhonda or somebody. They're going to have a lot of cool shit. That's what I say. Really, just the thing of this video is being a collector against non-collectors, because of the non-collectors. I talked to one of these guys I work with. He's like a manager type. And I was just talking about something about him making good money and what you're going to spend on this payday or whatever. You know, he was like, I don't really buy nothing. I was talking to him. I said, you know, he lives near a big flea market that they have twice a year. And I was like, well, man, you don't ever go to a flea market? And he was like, no. He goes, I don't buy much of nothing. I just buy food and pay my bills. What kind of freaking life is that? I know this guy makes more money than me. And I'm like, and he's like 24, which that's about when I caught the bug. So that's why, you know, I meet some of these other OGs I call them OGs, but hell, they're only in their 20s. Most of them is video game stuff, but I found another one that seems to like figures, and he even does like painting and stuff on certain things, and like D&D. I never got into that, but he does that stuff. So I'm always, if I got something to talk about or I seen something on the internet, I'm talking to him first about it. And 9 times out of 10, I'm so hardcore that I see the shit before he sees it. And I'm like, how does this happen? Do you ever look at anything on the internet? I guess because I'm out there totally searching for it all the time, looking for stuff on there. And that's why they call it hardcore, baby. But yeah, I have to slow down sometimes because I've got a room full of stuff that I really need to make more room for. And I'm thinking about putting a TV in here and play video games. And I even thought about a recliner, if I could get a used recliner or something on sale and kick back and where I could listen to music and stuff. And it's like, it's almost like this is I mean, I wasn't dirt poor when I was growing up. You know, my mom, I was raised by a single mother, and I mean, I got stuff because I was the only child, but it seems like nowadays when you get your own money and you pay your bills, I pay my bills now, don't get me wrong, pay the bills and stuff, but then you got some money left over, you want to get some stuff. You end up getting the stuff and making the room that you would have liked to have when you was a kid. That's what I'm saying. But I did have quite a bit of stuff, but you know, nothing like I do now. This is the room that I would have had when I was a kid, but hell, I don't even have room for a freaking bed in here, really. Back to my friend E that I used to work with, I was talking to him about, you know, money and paydays and stuff, and he was like, all my money goes to games. Within about a year, I think he's had his Switch, he's already got like 102 games. I mean, that's like 10, well, that's about 10 a month. Some of them Switch games are out $40 or $50, so he's spending some cash on them. But, you know, some of them's only 20, so that's hardcore to me, buying that many. And, you know, it won't take long when I get into something, it don't take long to accumulate a ton of it. Give me a like on this video. If you ain't subbed and you just tuning in and you like a mixture of everything, give me a sub. And tell me if you collect any of this stuff, because I like a variety here at the channel called Movie John. It's more than updates on videos, on movies and stuff, I should say, but I do have one of them a month. Figures, updates, video games. It's going to be vinyl here soon. I like a lot of shit. But you know what? When I go yard selling and flea markets in the summertime and stuff, when you like so much like I do, you're bound to find something sooner or later, or collector shops and stuff. And I've always said I'm not really that hard to buy for Christmas, because, you know, I got so much different things. You just got to make sure that I don't already have the thing. That's the problem. So yeah, give me a comment in the bottom if you're a collector, what you collect, what you like collecting, what the non-collectors in your life think about the stuff that you collect. Think you're stupid, think you're childish, you're never going to grow up. That's the fun part about it. You know, who wants to be boring and stuff, you know? I mean, if I didn't collect nothing, I don't know what the hell I would do. I don't want to just go to work, get a paycheck, pay your bills, save it all, and then just you die one day and you don't get to spend it. I mean, I like spending some money sometimes. I shop more than Rousey does. I get a lot more packages in the mail than Rousey does. She'll tell you. I'm hardcore, baby. So, yeah, give me a comment. Let me know if you like collecting stuff, if you collect, what you collect, and everything else in between. That's this topic for this video, and I'm out. Till next time.